Amazing people, what we're going to do today is we're going to look at the surface area of cylinders. Now here we've got a cylinder and we've got some markings put on it. We've got one for the height, which is set out here. And then we've got one for the radius at the top, which is set out here. And because it's a cylinder, we've got another one down the bottom, which is the same radius set out at the bottom. Now, what we want to do is we want to understand what the net of this is going to look like first. So that involves that we have to draw it out as if it was a flat 2D object. You can see here with the net of the cylinder that it is split up into three objects. What they are is two of them are going to be a circle. So there are two circles which are going to be involved, and there is one rectangle as well. So therefore, the surface area of this is going to be equal to that of two circles plus one rectangle. That's how we'll calculate the surface area of this. Now, with the measurements put back on here, you can see that we've got the radius of the circles from when we had the original solid object. We've got the height, but we are missing one, which is the length of this rectangle. Now, in order for us to do that, we can calculate it because it's going to be equal to the circumference of one of the circles. So the way we calculate the circumference here is going to be 2 times pi times r. So we can use that reference here. So the parts we need of this, in the case of the first one, the area of the circle, that is going to be pi times r squared. The area of the other circle is also pi times r squared. And lastly, we have the rectangle. Well, this is going to be equal to 2 times pi times r, and then times it by the height. And so that's going to give us the area of that rectangle. So we can break this down, and what it will be is the area in total for when we've got a cylinder, finding the surface area, it's going to be equal to 2 times pi times r squared, because we've got two of those circles there, plus 2 times pi times r times h, because this is going to be the area of that rectangle. And if we write it in more algebraic terms, this would be 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. And that would be the formula that we use. Now, in this example here, we've got a cylinder and we want to find the surface area of it. So remember, the formula we're going to use is A is going to be equal to 2 times pi r squared plus 2 times pi times r times h. And so we need to be able to work these out here. So the r, which we are using in this case, is going to be equal to 5 meters. And the height in this case is going to be 25 meters. Now, based on this, we're just substituting it in here. So the area we're going to have is going to be equal to 2 times pi times, not r, 5 squared plus 2 times pi times 5 times 25. And so what we can then do is we can type this into our calculator. So with our calculator here, this is going to be 2 times pi times 5 squared plus 2 times pi times 5 times 25. When we press equals, we can see that we have an answer of 942.4777961. What we want to do though is we want to round this off, so it's going to be 942, and we'll put it to 2 decimal places, so it's just going to be 0.48, and that's going to be meters squared because we're finding an area.